Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we are going to discuss about Java interview questions part 1. So in part 1 we are going to cover the questions on Java platform. So here is the list of Java interview questions on Java platform. The first question is like, why is Java so popular? Second, what is the platform independence? Third, what is bytecode? Fourth, compare JDK versus JVM versus JRE. Then we will look about the important differences between C++ and Java. Then we will look about the role of class loader in Java. So let's get started with your first question. So interviewer may ask you why Java is so popular. So the obvious answer and main reasons for the popularity of Java are: the first one is Java is platform independence, and second one is Java is object oriented language. Though it is not a purely object oriented because of primitive data types, but it is 90% you can say it's object oriented language and platform independence. So we will look at this detail in later sections. So the next question is, what is platform independence? So as we know, Java is platform independence. So why we call it as a platform independence? Because Java is provide us the facility where we need to build our code once and we can run anywhere. Anywhere means we can run our Java code on any operating system, for example, Unix, Windows, and JVM. So, irrespective of operating system, Java code can run on any operating systems. That's why the Java is known as platform independence language, and it is the one of the most popular independent language in the market. Okay, so how it actually works behind the scene. So as you know, basically once we compile our Java program, we build our jar and we can run the jar in operating systems, in any operating system where the JVM is installed. Java achieves the platform independence in a beautiful way. On compiling a Java file, the output is a class file, okay, which contains an internal Java representations called bytecode. Okay, so that bytecode it's converted into the executable instructions by JVM. So JVM is Java Virtual Machines. These executable instructions are different for different operating systems. So these are different JVMs for different operating systems. For example, there is a JVM for Unix operating system, there is a different JVM for Mac, and there is a different JVM for Windows. Okay, so both the JVM understand the bytecode, okay, and they convert it to the executable instructions which the operating system understands. So JVM plays an important role in making the Java as a to independent platform to any operating systems. So I hope your point is clear why Java is known as platform independence. So Java is platform independence because of JVM. JVM provide facility where we can run our Java code on any operating systems. The next question is, what is bytecode? So bytecode, as we seen in last slide, bytecode is nothing but the set of instruction which is required for a Java virtual machine. Each bytecode is composed of one or in some cases 2 bytes that represent the instructions. It is known as opcode, along with the 0 or more bytes for passing the parameters. So who use the bytecode? Actually, as we discussed, bytecode is used by JVM only. So when we compile our Java code, it gets converted into the bytecode, and that bytecode is used by JVM to give instructions to the operating systems. When the JVM gives the instructions to the operating system, we get the result at the or screen. Then let's discuss about the next question, which is about JDK, JRE, and JVM. Okay, so this question is also mainly asked in the interviews. Okay, they will ask you what is JDK, what is JVM, and what is JRE. So they are related with each other as this is the one integral part. Okay, and this is the most obvious question you can see asked by interviewer. So let's discuss about it. Wait a minute. Okay, so what is JVM? JVM is Java Virtual Machine, right? And we just discussed what is JVM. Okay, and then what is GRE? GRE is a set of libraries and other components to run the applets and other Java applications. Okay, and what is JDK? So JDK is the complete bundle which contains JRE and JVM. Okay, so from the overview, you can understand there is a first thing which is JDK. JDK is the complete Java development kit which contains Java compiler, jars, debugging tools, and Java apps. And then inside a JDK, there is a JRE. And what JRE contains? JRE contains the libraries, RT jars, and Java classes. Okay, and which is most required to run any Java application. Java code or Java class. Okay, and inside the JRE there is a JVM. JVM is a Java virtual machine, which is helpful for converting your bytecode to the executable instructions. Okay, so this is the difference between JDK, JVM, and JRE. Whenever the interviewer asks you what is JDK, JVM, and JRE, you can try to explain them with the help of this diagram. You have to keep in mind JDK is the complete toolkit which contains JRE and JVM. And what is JRE? JRE is a set of libraries, Java classes, and JVM. And then what is JVM? JVM is a Java virtual machine which is required for executing the bytecode into the converting the bytecode into the executable instructions for operating systems. Okay, so I hope this point is clear for you. So let's move to the next question. So next question, interviewer may ask you about what are the differences between C++ and Java. The first major difference is Java is a platform independent, where C++ is not platform independent. So I hope the point is clear now. Why, what is Java, what is platform independence? Okay, so Java is a platform independence, whereas C++ is not a platform independence. That means Java code can be run on any operating system, whereas C++ code cannot be run on any operating systems. Okay, it's a platform dependent. Okay, so and second difference is Java and C++ both are not pure object oriented languages. However, Java is more pure object oriented languages except for primitive variables. So except for primitive variables, for example, int, character, okay, long, these are primitive variables. Okay, so except this variable, everything in Java is object oriented. Okay, also these primitive variables can be converted into the object with the help of their wrapper classes. So we will discuss it in a part 2, what is wrapper classes. Whereas in C++, one can write structural program without using the objects. It is possible in C++ only, means we cannot, means we can write the programs without using the objects. Then next difference between C++ and Java, In C++ have a pointer concept, okay, whereas in Java there is a no concept called pointer. The next difference, C++ programmer has to handle memory management, okay, and then programmer has to write a code to remove the object from the memory. But in case of Java, JVM takes care of removing the object from the memory using a process called garbage collection. So you must have used this method garbage collections. So there is one method we will look into it in the later part of discussion. Its method is called as gc.gc system.gc. The next major difference is C++ supports multiple inheritance, but in case of Java, it does not support multiple inheritance. That means you cannot inheritance multiple classes at a by a single class, but it is supported by C++. So these are five major differences between C++ and Java. So you have to keep in mind the first difference, which is about platform independence, and the last difference is about multiple inheritance. Okay, so and then the other differences are also matters like it C++ supports means C++ has to handle memory management, whereas Java does not need to handle as memory management because it is handled by JVM. Okay, C++ has a pointer concept where you can access to internal memory, but in Java there is no concept called pointers. So I hope the differences are clear for you. Let's move to the next question. So next question is about what is the role of class loader in Java? So this is not mostly asked, but if you are a fresher and preparing for a Java interview, this question may be asked you in interviews. Okay. So what is a class loader and who will need this? Okay. So class loader as a name suggests it might be used for or it is used for loading the classes. Okay. So who need actual loading of classes? So JVM needs it, right? Whenever a JVM converts the byte code, okay. So he's trying to read the byte code, means he's trying to load the classes, Java classes. So that is known as class loader. Okay. So Java program is made of number of custom classes and core classes. When a program is executed, JVM needs to load the content of all the needed classes. So JVM uses a class loader to find the classes. Okay. So there are three types of class loader are shown in the picture. So first one is the system class loader, second one is the extension class loader, and third one is the bootstrap class loader. So first JVM try to load all the classes from the class path, which is known as system class loader. Okay, if the JVM does not found the classes in the class path, then it will call the extension class loader. So extension class loader will load the classes from the directories, GREs, and external libraries. Okay, then JVM if does not find the classes there also, then it will go to bootstrap class loader, where the bootstrap class loader load the all the Java core files. Okay, here also if does not find JVM does not find the classes, then it will throw the class not found exception. Okay, so this is the another question interviewer may ask you when the Java throws or JVM throws the class not found exception. So you have to answer when the classes are not found by the class loader in Java by JVM, then it will throw the class not found exception. Okay, so I hope the role of class loader is clear for you. So class loader basically load the classes, okay, for the JVM, and the class loader is used by JVM. Okay, so that JVM convert our byte code into the executable instructions. So this is the end of my first part for the Java interview questions. I will come up with the wrapper classes and other points in the part 2. So stay in tune for the next part. Thank you.